That real hip hop.
Y'all know how we do.
You're listening to Free Zone Matthias, aka Mr. 16 Bars. That real hip hop.
Try to tell people that Philly is a special breed. They hate to see us on top, they hate to see us on. They hate to see us come up, they hate we on. They hate the moves that we make because it's made to break them. We give them knowledge on tracks and hope our words can save them. I guess it's hard to get props when you know you lesser. So we right on your heels, I hope you feel the pressure. Rappers taking a roll, my shoes that never fit them. Before you come at it.
Wow, you guys are such a lovely audience. You are, I have to say this, because like not all audiences are this kind. Like I did a show once and someone came up to me afterward and they went, you know, your English is actually quite good. And see, I just found this so condescending because it was my mum. Full on. I'm currently at this stage, I'm 29, where I'm realising that my parents were people before they were parents. Like, I asked my mum what she did before having me, and no lie, she said she used to be the head doctor for Chairman Mao. And if you don't know who that is the ex-dictator of China. That's insane. That's like finding out your parent does IT for Vladimir Putin.
Welcome to this episode of Philly on the Rise. As you know, I'm your host, Michael W. Pleasant. This week, we're joined by a very funny woman, Miss Jenny Tian. She is an international comedian, but making a tour in Philadelphia, a stop of hers, 10-city tour of the United States. So we're excited to have her join the program. Jenny, how are you? Welcome to Philly on the Rise.
Hi, I'm going so well. Thank you for having me.
We are glad you are here. You have a double bachelor's in arts and commerce, but you chose comedy. Why?
My goodness, you've really done your research here, Mike. I basically did the classic thing of, you know, being a good Asian kid. I picked the safe route at a commerce degree just in case, you know, things went sour. That was kind of my original plan. I was always going to work in business. I worked at, you know, one of the big four consulting firms, basically right out of uni. But at the same time, I was doing stand-up comedy and I was doing open mics, never thinking anything would ever take off. It was just like a fun little side hobby for me. And then, you know, my other peers and other comics started doing their own shows and going, hey, we could actually make a career out of this. And after a few years, that's the first time I considered like, oh, I could actually maybe make a job out of this. And then so I started kind of pursuing it harder, and it's always really what I've wanted to do. So I'm glad it worked out.
It worked out very well. Actually, in 2023, your first special, Picture This.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You've really done your research. Yes. That was my first ever hour of stand-up comedy. It was kind of a combination of all of my jokes from the years put together. And I thought, you know, this is such a cool catalog. I should film this, basically. It would be nice just to show the world. I started a YouTube channel. I started posting on it for the very first time properly. And then I put it up there, and you know, I think it's on like, you know, 800,000 views at the moment. So I'm really glad that that story and what I told there kind of touched people that personally, and it did that well. So I'm very grateful to everyone who's seen it.
Amazing job with Picture This. But then you also followed that up in 2024 with Chinese Australian. Why the name Chinese Australian?
Yeah. I mean, Chinese Australian is, you know, it's what I am. My ethnic background is Chinese, but I've grown up in Australia, so I thought that was an appropriate title because it summarized me. But it's also kind of about it was I think the most experimental show I'll ever make in my career, where I used a lot of like PowerPoint tech. I have a sketch in it. And there's the through line is essentially about the dichotomy and the struggle of being Chinese, but also being perceived as Australian online, and kind of the perception that people would have of me externally and how I kind of coped with that as well. So yeah.
As a comedian, it can be challenging finding your lane, finding your audience. How did you find yours?
I guess your audience kind of finds you in a way. Like I just put out what I think is funny and I write what I think is funny at the time to me. Like things that I would find funny when I was younger, maybe not so now. And I'm sure that things I write now are not as funny to the younger version of myself. So it's really kind of where I am at in life. And it just kind of, I don't know how, but with the internet now, people end up finding what you're putting down basically. So I am very lucky in that I think my audience has chosen me. I have a lot of they're honestly the loveliest, kindest, sweetest people. And there was a comedian, Dilrook, who's in Australia, who actually told me that your audience ends up being an ultimate reflection of who you are as a person. And when I look out at my audience, I see a lot of that. They're very nice, sweet people with wonderful day jobs, which is what I would absolutely be doing if I wasn't doing stand-up comedy. So yeah, very grateful to them.
You've mentioned that moving to London changed your career, changed your life. How so?
Oh wow, London was such a journey for me. I mean, my whole show currently, Jenny's Travels, is all about being in London and my time living there. I think in London, it's a big city. It's a really big city. There's a lot of petty crime out there. In Australia, everyone's so kind and generous, and I think I took that for granted. When I went to London, I went, wow, I really realized how good Australia is. I got my phone stolen there. All these things kind of kept happening to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of got to, I'm by myself in this world. I got to look out for myself. So as a human being, it really impacted me. I had to learn how to make new friends. I had to really put myself out there a little bit more. And in terms of the comedy scene, I genuinely think London has one of the best comedy scenes in the world. I learned so much. I think I refined my craft so much more. I think the comics there are some of the best in the world. They're so brilliant, and it was such an honor sharing the stage with people that really ultimately inspired me. A fantastic scene for comedy.
And now you're starting your 10 plus city United States tour. You must be super excited, super pumped about that.
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I performed at this one club in LA called Flappers, which was kind of my first real performance of any sort in this United States. And your people, you're just so hyped. You're so generous. You're so like giving, like I'm saying things like, I'm 30 and I'm single. And in Australia, that's not even a joke. That's just information about me. And everyone goes like, yeah, okay, that's stuff about you. Here, people started clapping. I didn't know how to respond. I was like, oh my goodness, this is overwhelming. The positivity is fantastic. So I'm a very big fan of your people so far.
Good, good, good. One of those tour stops is actually in Philadelphia, the home of the Philly cheesesteak, the Rocky Steps. You're familiar with some of these concepts and terms?
Oh, absolutely. The Philly cheesesteak it's famous all around the world, trust me. And I see a lot of other places that try sell it and try say they do it really well, but I know that when I go to Philly, it's going to be the best.
Good, good. Exactly, exactly. We have our own language as well. You may have heard us use the word John. So you'll have to learn how to use John.
What is John? I've never heard of this.
John is a noun. It's a person, place, or thing. So you can use it to describe anything. I went to that John the other day. Yesterday, I ate that John. I'm going to take a flight on that John. It's a person, place, or thing.
Wow, that's everything.
That's everything.
Okay, I'm learning something new.
So if you happen to come on stage when you get here, you can write that into one of your jokes if you want, and I don't need the credit.
Okay, all right, I'll do that. Thanks for that, Mike.
There's many other projects that you are involved in. Talk to us about some of those other things that you have cooking on the stove.
Yeah, at the moment I'm writing a web series with my friend Patrick Galamco, who is a fellow comedian in Australia. It's getting produced by Paige Warringer as well. It's all about the cost of living crisis, essentially, that everyone's going through, and the way all these big corporations are kind of exploiting us. So it's a comedy spy series about supermarkets, and the way they're charging higher and higher grocery prices. So it's basically a girl infiltrating one of these supermarkets to try and take it down from the inside as a spy. And she's like a kind of a double agent. So that's in the works. It's called Duper Market. That'll be out sometime soon. But honestly, for the time being, it's doing this tour, and then next year, hopefully, writing a brand new hour of comedy. So it's all about the stand up for me right now.
Great stuff, great stuff. You're super busy with the stand-up, the writing, the comedy specials, but in your downtime, I'm quite sure you have some downtime. You have some times when Jenny can just relax, put her feet up, if you will. What are some hobbies that you like to do as you are relaxing?
Oh man, it's literally whatever entertains me at the time. So, in all honesty, I was trying to learn to play the guitar for a little bit. I was just watching like YouTube tutorials about how to play the guitar. I'm still not very great. Also, I'm going to be real, a lot of Netflix. I also follow Formula One, which I don't think it's as big here as it is in the UK, but I'm obsessed with Formula One. I keep up to date with it, like on tour, like I'm watching all the scores, I'm seeing where all the cars are out, how my drivers are doing. It's to me, that's really thrilling. I love Formula One so much. Me and my friends, we have plans to go go-karting the moment I'm back in Australia. So, yeah, very keen to do that with them.
That'd be good. That'd be good. We actually have a Formula One kind of racing type of arcade in the Philly area. Some of those are popping up in the States, so maybe you'll get a chance to visit that as well as get yourself a Philly cheesesteak when you're here. You're due in the Philly area around September, mid to late September, so we can't
Yeah, yeah,
wait to see
yeah.
you. Yeah, yeah. What are some of the other cities you are visiting?
Oh my goodness. Well, a lot. So New York, LA, DC, San Francisco. I've been told only tourists call it San Fran. I should call it San Francisco. Um, and also Portland, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Colorado. I think that's most of it. I think I've covered most of it off. But yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, most of these places I've never been to in my life before. So, I'm really excited to just explore and see America, and see, what each different city is like, your little quirks and personalities, the different accents, the food. I'm excited for everything. It's been my dream to perform in America for like ever since I've started stand up. I've dreamt of it. So this is really my dreams come true.
A dream come true indeed. We're so happy for you here at Philly on the Rise. We can't wait till you get to Philly, but we know that throughout the United States, you're going to have an amazing, fantastic tour. Thanks for spending a few moments with us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. See you.